Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 here today on the channel. We're back on our Great British Empire campaign. We're playing as King Edward VIII. It's the 17th of November 1939 and we're going to be declaring war upon the Commonwealth of Nations. We're going to be going to war back with our former pesky puppets. So, if you like the sound of that and want to ensure more episodes of this series and more Hearts of Iron 4 on the channel, the best thing you guys can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the series thus far, and where you would like me to expand and conquer. After this series, I would like to do more Hearts of Iron 4, but it's up to you guys. We could play as the Soviet Union, go down a different route, or potentially the German Reich. In the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, highly recommend you do. We had a wacky episode, if I'm being honest. We did declare war upon Poland and Mesmors. Switzerland got capitulated in all this. But here today, like I said, we're going to be going to war with our puppets. But we've managed to puppet Poland for now. So we are currently under the command of King Edward VIII. We are technically non-aligned, but we are a part of the Axis and allied with the German Reich. So the wars that are currently going on, we have the German-Luxembourg War, which has brought in Belgium, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa. So we're going to join this war now. We're not technically in it just yet, but we're going to be joining it and hopefully taking out Canada here today. There's also like a Yemeni war going on. There's a Chinese-Afghanistan war going on. The Japanese have allied with China in the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere and are at war with the Soviet Union. They're fighting the Comintern, which is interestingly enough. Brazil's at war with Bolivia, and the Iranians are at war with the Turks, and they're absolutely smashing them. Yeah, 274,000 Turkish lives have been lost in this like tiny corridor here, which is interesting to see. Most of Southeast Asia here has gone into Axis hands. We've actually managed to bypass the states and their support of a lot of nations, especially the Commonwealth. I believe Burma started this war. I think Burma joined in, the Allies joined them, so it wasn't like a war deck against them, the status quo. So who are the aggressors in this? I think we are, technically. But anyway, once we join the Germans here, we will be able to declare war upon Canada. So I've had to do some recruitment and some movement of my forces as well. In Canada, you don't actually have any air bases here in the north, so we've had to construct them ourselves, which was a pain in the fucking ass. We've also had to bring over my air base, my air forces here, and they're currently being housed, which is fine. We've also brought over the Royal British Navy under the command of Andrew Cunningham. He has 312 operating here. So at the moment, the United States are neutral. We do have a naval invasion here from Newfoundland. We're going to be navally invading, hopefully, Quebec. We currently have 24 divisions here as well. Further in the north in Canada, we've actually got 24 divisions here ready to go. So the Germans are fighting Belgium. They're probably going to go to war with the Dutch at some point as well. Italy's justifying against Yugoslavia. So once we finish out the Commonwealth of Nations in today's episode, we're going to be able to gobble up Luxembourg, Belgium, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa. Haven't decided just yet what I'm going to do with these countries. I could puppet them or very well just take them for myself. So in the next couple of episodes for this series, we still need to deal with the Comintern, the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere, Italy, and potentially the United States. Also got to say a huge thank you to Paradox Interactive for making this Let's Play possible, sending me a code for Man the Gun, so I really do appreciate them and their community manager for helping me out. Okay, I'll put in the description below as well the mods I'm using, the Man the Guns mod, and of course Playlab Peace Conferences, UI mods, Chaos AI, importantly. I always go to say KSI for some fucking reason. Anyway, let's negotiate with the Germans here now, and let's join the Canadian War. So we should be able to launch our naval invasion once we come in, and also our our land attack, drawing most of the Canadian forces in the north. Also, what's a problem up in Canada is supply, so our supply zones are going to be a little bit shit. Also, the Germans are actually sending volunteers as well, so we should be able to get some reinforcements there. I have left my French and British territory somewhat abandoned, but we should be all right under the circumstances. So my naval invasion is coming off now. The Italians want to send me some volunteers. I'm more than happy to accept that. I don't want to call and spend the political power just yet of that territory, and we'll hold just for now. Our naval invasion is currently underway, and we're actually fighting for supremacy here. We currently have naval supremacy by the look of it. I would imagine that their navy isn't quite strong, the Canadians. So we've got Anglo forces here along with British Malaya forces as well. There is some resistance here in Canada, in Quebec. They seem to be holding me on slightly, but it looks like there's going to be further amphibious attacks potentially from islands further in the south. Belgium has now capitulated now, which is fantastic for us. 88%, 90 now, 91, and we've managed to take the city of Quebec. We're going to be able to send through the 24 divisions here now to the city, and we're going to be able to take it here hopefully now. Okay, let's go with fighter command for now, and taking Quebec, we've managed to take some military factories. Okay, it does look like the Germans are sending reinforcements, and they've landed a fair few. But the majority of our host is going to head down to southern Canada. If we can take Ottawa, take Montreal, we'll be laughing. So we're waiting for our divisions to come on here. We'll allow my others just to hold here for now. And we're here already, perfect. So let's set up a front line for Canada. And I guess we will pull like this way. I guess we want to try and swoop down, take Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto as well, and then we'll probably try and take like so this back end bit. I might actually send some units around the back there. So looking Air Force wise, we don't actually have air supremacy over the top, which is interesting to see. I wonder if it's more so to do with like we haven't got people like properly operating well. So like you need to really go down and help. Yeah, you need to be here, so you need to be helping out this, and you need to be like here as well. Fuel limits aren't the best either, so let's try and break out and take some Canadian territory. The German Reich has declared war upon the People's something, the People's United, what the hell is that? The Dutch? No way. The People's United Province. I just assumed it was the Dutch because they were like war decking them. The Belgians were fighting them. So they're gone communist. What? Okay. So they still have the Dutch East Indies puppeted. That's really my concern. They're trying to go to war with Portugal. That's crack up. Alright, let's send one truck north and a couple of our units, because essentially what I want you to do is like go around the back here and take the back end of Canada while everyone else can sort of blitzkrieg. Yeah, they've joined the Commonwealth of Nations. That's crazy. So we've taken Quebec here now quite easily. And I don't want all my trucks to go there. Like, send like 3 down here, for the love of God. We're chasing after like 1 horse. We don't need all of our blitzkrieging goddamn trucks to go that way. We need to send some of them to Montreal and Ottawa. Alright, up in the north. Oh, with the units being relocated, it looks like in the north we're doing quite well. The United States has so many units on the border here, but seeing they weren't able to join in. There's been a bit of diplomacy masterclass, if I'm being honest. Avoiding the states in the Commonwealth of Nations war is massive, because having to fight Canada along with the states on this border, it saved us a whole world of trouble, in my opinion. Okay, so to knock out this war, we just need to get rid of Canada, which still aren't anywhere near to capitulating just yet, because they haven't lost any of their major cities, Montreal or Ottawa. Right, how well are we doing here? So we've taken that. Once we start gaining some more territory, the Germans are coming in to help us here now. Try and go on an offensive. Try and push into Montreal. Be a little bit aggressive. Be a little bit more ambitious. Alright, so we're still pushing this way quite well. And they do seem to be holding me off here somewhat. Look, you know what? You do actually have a lot of horses here. So they're not actually proper infantry units. That was something. So we really can be a bit more aggressive against them. Looks like Montreal is going to be Yep, Montreal's fallen to Anglo-German forces. Italy declares war upon Yugoslavia. No, man! Ah... I wanted to wrap up this Canadian war before that happened, at least. So, how has that changed things? So, for example, if I was to get some forces from Poland, they can't give me any. Yugoslavia can give me 14. Greece can give me 4. I can puppet and potentially raise them up. Oh, it's just a shame. How many forces do I have here? 14. Let's send them to Portsmouth and we'll try and send them over eventually. Okay, we've got 150 political power we can spend. At the moment, we're still only at extensive conscription, which is 5%. We've got 2.8 million. I don't think we need to go with 10% just yet. We're not desperate for manpower. Night operations penalty is probably a good idea here. Yeah, so has this changed things much? Have they been drawn into this war? No, they haven't. That's what I'm concerned about with the Italians. We need to keep an eye on that. Right. Okay, we're pushing quite well in the north there. Still need to push around the back where we can. Canada, I'm just going to decline most of this because it's going to bring me in with like the Dutch East Indies and stuff, which is going to be more of a problem for me than anyone else. How well is our resistance going here? Oh, the Germans have nothing. They've got a lot in the north here, but they're really not trying to protect this. Right, send you down to France where you can. I just don't know how competent these forces are. Like, am I better off to bring in some of my commanders instead of allowing Yugoslavia and Greece to defend? Do I trust the AI enough? Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, we're pushing here now. We're going to try and take Ottawa. And then... Fuck! That's what I didn't want. I didn't want them to join the Commonwealth. For fuck's sake, man. Yeah, now we have to deal with Italy. God damn it. I wanted to wrap them up quickly before they even had a chance to join Italy there. No, I'm going to have to do it myself, so... this has changed things up quite a bit, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to request all the forces here. Give me all you got. Did that just bug? Hang on, Yugoslavia. Give me everything. Poland. Give me everything as well, and we're going to have to get everyone in tip-top shape. Alright, 15 divisions here, that's fine. We've probably got better commanders now that I think about it. Right, let's move you here. Okay, basically everyone else here. 20 divisions we've managed to muster up Yugoslavian and British troops. That's not too bad. Okay, and I'll try and make a front line here. I guess we stop it on the Alpine border there. And try and get our shit together here. Come on, the Germans. Surely you could come back with some air supremacy and help us out. Okay, we just need to wrap up Canada, because that's what's really drawing away my forces. Brazil and Bolivia's war is over, and we've also unlocked our Sten Mark IIs as well. So we can switch that over now, which is good. Damn, that's a shame that they got drawn in. We were so close to getting rid of Canada. I just hope now that it's prolonged the Canadian war, having the Italians in. Hopefully now it just doesn't chuck the States in at some point. That would be a bit of a death wish, but the Italians have a lot of forces here. Okay, so how are we sort of looking on these borders? Still waiting for divisions to get into position. How do we not have air supremacy? Do the fucking Germans have no fucking planes? It's going back and forth. Like, do I have to do everything and throw everyone back? Alright, we're currently going after Ottawa. Once that's gone, we should be able to go headstrong into probably Toronto. So allow everyone to go in the south to Toronto. You go this way. Just get everyone to focus on Toronto. Because when that's gone, that's pretty much Canada gone. It's not hard to take Canada. It's just logistically a nightmare and a bit of a pain. Being in the frosted north. Okay, so what else is sort of going on here? Enemy has supremacy, naval combat. It's mostly... yeah, they've actually pushed me a bit there. We're going to have to go for this here because they're not holding well. Yugoslavia is like... the Germans... fucking bug ears. Now let's call everyone in. And I guess we just call everyone into this other one as well. Looks like mostly everyone's here, though. Okay, we're pushing for Toronto now. Once that falls, you'd think Canada would nearly fall with it. Oh, they're just still a little bit in defiance. Maybe if we focus on some of this territory here. The fall of Cairo, a disaster. I haven't even looked at my foreign territory. Oh, it's Italy going after it. Mostly. Oh yeah, and those those forces in South Africa are getting invaded. We're at war with the Dutch East Indies apparently. I knew we were at war with the major Dutch faction, but they've been capitulated. Oh shit, they're starting to take territory down in the south. Okay, it's time to start an offensive down here. We need to put some pressure on them and encourage the AI to come and help us out. So, we've got Yugoslavia forces fighting under the command of British. And over here as well, it's not looking too bad. Oh, the bloody Italians coming in. It's because we pissed them off earlier in the campaign, even though they're fascist. They still... oh, they also still had that war deck for Yugoslavia. So I've had to redistribute some of my forces here. We need to focus on getting rid of this. And we also need to focus on pushing westward as well. Germans now pushing in. Currently the capital of Canada is Vancouver. The Soviet Union annexed Tanatuvu. Tana what? So if we can get you to push here to Halifax, that might speed things up. Yeah, they're so close now. Right, how's the Italian front going? Oh! Okay. That's interesting. The Spanish are actually getting involved here. Oh, we've done well here. I've not entirely been paying attention, but it seems to have worked. This push here, Pakistani and Greek forces have managed to throw them out of modern-day Albania, Montenegro, the region. Oh, goodness. We might be able to surround a fair few here. Hang on a minute. Canada is not proving too much of a problem or an issue. Oh, but this war has really gone up here. So, 178 German lives to 76 UK. 2-1. There's been a hell of a lot of enemy death there. 65, 125k South Africans. South Africans? 173 as well. And this, oh, man, the Turks and the Iranian war is just hilarious. That's going on. It's just nuts. Right. They're just like fighting over 2 tiles. Okay, so, we're doing... oh, the AI is doing really well here. If we can sort of wrap that up there, we'll be fine. Okay, what's happened here now? Oh. Okay, so we've taken all that territory now. Oh no, we haven't. But there's German forces there. Right, what the fuck? Right, get everyone here. Get you onto this other border and we'll continue to push eastward. Okay, we're pushing through the Canadian corridor now. And they're still holding out. Oh, it's just tied up 50 goddamn divisions. Alright, this seems to be working here. And it looks like we've got a really good encirclement going on. I reckon it's mostly German forces that are helping out. Speaking of forces, I've got a couple more here now in Portsmouth we can bring in. Once they get further south, we can bring them over the channel. Okay, finally, we're getting air support, so that's what's doing it. I was tempted to nearly bring back my Air Force, but I think we're probably alrighty. We just need them over here helping out on the Canadian front. There's a couple more forces here. So, yeah, push where you can. It's mostly just logistics here. But we've done quite well here. We've managed to muscle together something. How many Pakistani forces are here? Fair few. Maybe I'm sort of underestimating their achievement in this. But it looks like we're probably going to be able to capitulate the mainland of Italy. I thought we'd be dealing with the Commonwealth of Nations in this video. But it looks like it's going to be a massive Italian foolish encirclement. By the look of it, they seem to be holding me out there, though. But everywhere else, they're not looking so healthy. Whoa, Communist China has capitulated. German Reich formalizes the anti-Soviet pact. Let them... Oh, okay, that's not good. So, we're not on good terms just yet. Well, they are. Okay, so we've managed to take a rather large chunk of Canada, and they're still defiant. You got to give it to them. Greece and British Malaya want to send me some forces. So how are we going? Oh wow, we've actually lost a lot of Egypt there. Shit, I haven't really been paying attention, but it doesn't really matter too much because you need to focus on their main homelands. Man, Italy are doing quite well here actually. Oh, I've had some of my forces surrounded. Doesn't even matter, they're not even that important. They're just defense garrisons. Looks like the South Africans are going for an encirclement. Like, they're tying 8 divisions down here. And it's also like another lot, so it doesn't even really matter. What else is sort of going on here? Oh, wow, the Pakistani. And what looks like Siamese forces are doing alright down there. Nothing really much else is going on in China itself. So it looks like... Oh, okay. So we're about to surround and kill some more Italians here. They are 38% to capitulation, 216. We've killed more Italians than we have Canadians. That's just crazy, because we've been fighting so much longer with them. The Germans are massively helping us out here, along with the Yugoslavians. We managed to take Italy here now. I wasn't planning on taking Italy in today's episode. Like I said, it was time to get back at the Commonwealth of Nations, but it's sort of changed things up a bit. So we've drawn out some of the logistics and the supplies here, so we're going to be able to surround and finish off a lot of Italians here. So it was definitely a good idea bringing the Yugoslavians into the fold. And this makeshift sort of Anglo-Greek Italian front there has worked out quite well. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so Canada still holds this. Looks like this Australian forces in Winnipeg. And we need some trucks here, ideally. They're still heading headstrong to Toronto. And they're still going... Oh, not Toronto, Vancouver. Okay, I'm going to go with jet aircraft now. We should be able to get that at some point. That'll be good. Okay, resistance to occupation, Canada, Belgium. Why? Oh, I guess we have Congolese territory, which is technically Belgium, I guess. Okay, how well are we doing down here in... Whoa, we're doing really well. I'm quite impressed. I thought it'd be... you heard the fucking... like the fucking groan of despair. And I was like when Italy joined. Oh, okay, it's alright now. Oh, thank the gods. Alright, let's move you down here. We're going to be able to bring some forces from Great Britain in to help out. I don't even think we're even going to need them, probably. Probably not. Let's just send them in to help out. Whoa, nah, it's the Germans that are really going for this. Send you down here to help. You might be able to gain some sort of experience. German, Yugoslavian, Greek, and British forces are storming Italy. Roma has been taken. And it looks like Italy is going to capitulate before the Canadians do. The People's United Provinces decolonize. So does that mean we're not at war with these guys anymore? I don't know. How well are we sort of doing trying to blitzkrieg towards Vancouver? Might seem to be working somewhat. We just need to get there. Have we been cut off? Is that what's going on? Yeah, they keep on trying to cut us off here. Those bastards. Try and push further in the south to help out the supply. Canada, Italy are nearly gone. We've got them on the ropes. Push down here to help. God, there's Spanish troops in the mountains here. Oh, and Italy has capitulated. Well, I haven't even been looking. Fantastic. We've gone and got them done, and it's only Canada now before we get to deal up with all these forces. 1.6 million Commonwealth Allied forces gone to the Imperial Monarchist Anglo-German Alliance. Trotsky survives assassination attempt in Mexico. There's been some unresolved naval results. British and Canadian forces fighting there. Yeah, we haven't even needed to really bother about the territory in Africa because it hasn't made much of a difference. We've still got a crazy amount of trade. Even losing the Suez will be right in the grand scheme of things now that Italy's capitulated. The goddamn Spanish seem to be holding us off. Oh, fuck. We might have had a massive encirclement there. Trying to push everything to fucking Vancouver. We might have just fucked ourselves here. Oh, no, we'll be right. We're about to push through. Yay, there we go. That was a fucking close one there in British Columbia. Columbia. We fucking won. Cunts. Fuck yeah. Alright, let's give ourselves all this motherfucking war score. Mwah. Alright. And we can dish this out. Man, oh man, that was a hell of a war. Fuck. Okay, I guess we start off with what can go to the Germans. So, Belgium and the Netherlands proper straight up can go to them. But, yeah, it's seeing we own most of Africa, we might as well take the Congo off them, you know what I mean? So, we'll go to the Germans. You can have Belgium, you can have Luxembourg, and all of this Dutch territory here. I'm fine to give you that. So you can have that German Reich. Okay, we've got a little slither here in Yugoslavia. The Italian territory. I'm actually keen to give that to... Oh, and this to Yugoslavia, and probably that as well. So Yugoslavia can have that under their control. Okay, so then we have to decide what to do with Italy and allies. So we've got a couple of options. We can either puppet or bring them, take them for ourselves. So maybe puppeting Italy might be a good idea. If we could get someone else like Victor Emmanuel, King Victor Emmanuel in, that would be like really cool. But I don't know. I've never actually... Look, I don't know if you've noticed this, guys, but in Hearts of Iron and on video game Let's Plays and on YouTube in general, Simpzy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's often tired. And half asleep. So I don't really know if we're going to be able to bring in sort of an imperialist sort of monarchist king in here in Italy. I'd like to do that, but I don't know if it's going to work. The African territories I probably want for myself. So what I'll do is I shall puppet Italy. Now, what does that do with their other territory? Because I want this African territory for myself if I can. So if I go Great Britain and I want to paint Africa a colonial red. That's what I want to do. So, goddamn misclicking here. So if I can take this, take like Ethiopia, take like Belgium as well. Even though I gave Belgium to the Germans. If I can sort of have this all for myself, that'd just look like really quite cool. Look at that! Like an African Britain looks awesome. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm just going to puppet Italy. I'll you know, there might be a couple of island chains here and there, but I'm going to puppet Italy for Britain. So Italy's still in the game. I'm surprised we had to go to war with them. It's mostly to do with the war deck against Yugoslavia. If it happened a bit later, it probably wouldn't have happened, the puppeting of Yugoslavia. So let's now deal with our Commonwealth nations. So Canada, do I take it for myself or puppet them? Let's re-puppet them back. Bring them into the fold. Canada is now under the control of us. Alright, let's move over to... I actually took South Africa in. Yeah, I'd rather like have a united Africa under my control. That'd be quite cool. Imagine like having like the great African trading company, or instead of like the East India Trading Company, like the British one in Africa. I don't know. That'd be cool. Australia. What am I going to do with the Australians? The Aussies. Probably just puppet them straight up, to be honest. We could return it back into a colonial penitentiary. That'd be quite funny. Nah, we're going to puppet Australia. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to puppet Australia. And I'm going to give Australia New Zealand. Nah. I think I might do that for the lols. Fuck it. Australia, New Zealand, it's all the same shit to me, I'm afraid. So we'll allow Australia to have New Zealand. Make it one nation. Get rid of that. The problem we have at the moment between the mix-up. I think like in like geopolitics, whenever they host like G20s and then like summits and whatnot, the Australian and the Kiwi flag always gets mixed up, and it's crack up. So I guess we'll just leave New Zealand like that then. I guess there must be some New Zealand territory here somewhere. Oh yeah, there. Okay, right. I was like, why? Ah, Samoa. Why is Samoa under the control of New Zealand? Okay. Well, it's under the control of Australia Samoa now, so fuck it, why not? Burma. That was stolen from me when the British Raj like fucked off. I want Burma back, bitches. Burma's back, baby, under British control. And then we've got the Dutch East Indies as well. I could puppet that, but they already were a puppet, so probably not. We probably should just take that for ourselves, because we probably need all that rubber here as well. And that's it. That is the peace conference done. Let's end and calculate. And there we go. German Reich took 6, Britain 30, and all these factions were puppeted. Oh my god. The Free Canadian Republic, the Emu Empire. Oh, come on. Right, let's have a look at some of these. So, now these are all technically a part of the Axis. We're probably going to break away from them. So, Italy now is the Kingdom of Italy under David Acton. I think that's how you say his name. So, it's a monarchy here. I would love to bring back Victor Emmanuel or one of his relatives or something. So, what's happened? Excuse me. What's happened in Canada here? The Free Canadian Republic under J.S. Woodston. Okay, non-aligned. I guess I'll take that. South Africa's no more, of course. And let's have a look at the Emu Empire. Rod Hull, the Emu Empire, non-aligned. How is that in the official game? That's fucking hilarious. New Zealand is a part of the Emu Empire. Classic. And then we've got control, of course, in British Malaya. Who else did we puppet again? Who else was here? I think that was it. I think that's all our puppets, actually. Yeah, British Malaya, Canada, Emu, Greece, Yugoslavia. Yeah, that's it. That's all the puppets done. So looking at the war, the Soviet-Afghan war with the Japanese is still going on. So are these other two minor wars. So guys, unfortunately, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a hell of an episode here, knocking out the Commonwealth of Nations, bringing our colonial puppets back into the fold. At the moment, we still manage to control most of the world. We have all of Africa under our control, most of Southern Asia now. And all that is left is the Comintern and the Great East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. And at the moment, how well are they sort of doing? 1.1 million Soviets have lost their lives to 500k Japanese. China's helping them out as well. Look, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I want to take out both of them. So if we sort of allow this war to prolong and continue, we probably don't even really need to get involved in it. Like, we've still got to deal with a couple more major players, like Spain, and of course the big United States. Might be declaring war upon them from the north in 1940. Might be an idea. My army's already here. Let me know in the comments, should we go against the States in the next episode? Should we get involved into this Turkey-Iranian war? This is just nuts. There has been... here. So, there's been, oh my god, 700,000 lives lost just in this little channel here. It's just crazy. Absolutely nuts. Maybe there's some more factions we can pop up. But yeah, let me know. Should I sort of bring back the Russian monarchy? Maybe even install the Japanese one, yeah. Because they still have an emperor, don't they? I forget about that. So, hope you've been enjoying this King Edward VIII campaign. I've had an absolute blast playing as the Imperial Monarchy here today. Stay tuned for more episodes on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.